Man, hello world. What is up? Welcome to Build. You are correct to applaud like that. I'm your host, Matt Forte. We're here live at the Build Studio in New York City. Our next guest has been honing his craft since the age of at least 12. He's appeared numerous times on The Tonight Show, The Ellen DeGeneres Show, and Conan. He's the creator and star of the Netflix original series Magic for Humans, now in its second season. I think this man and his show are equally fantastic. The great Justin Willman is here. Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, Justin.
Hi, guys.
Please.
That was an intro.
Oh, thank you, sir.
You're hired.
Oh, nice.
We're going on tour. You're
That's
going to do that
done.
every night.
I've
that was
got the
amazing.
gig. Thank you, sir.
Sorry, Bill. I'm stealing him.
I have no control over this, guys.
Free agent.
That's right. Yeah. Justin, congratulations, man. Another season of this fantastic show. I was saying backstage, you fall right in the sweet spot for me when it comes to magicians. My needle has always ticked less for the Chris Angel, more the Penn and Teller, amazing Jonathan side, and it's just, you're such a joy to watch, and you're so much fun. You know, was that instinctually your speed from the very beginning, that's how you were going to tackle this world?
No, when I first started when I was 12, actually, so you nailed that. I was kind of obsessed with Copperfield, but of course, as a kid, you don't have, the Copperfield money to do the big tricks. So then I kind of gravitated towards Lance Burton, who would do the dove act in his tuxedo, very elegant. And I had 14 doves at one point and did it to music and would make these birds appear and give them to my sister, who was wearing a French maid outfit, which was a Halloween costume that I said don't throw away, and she put them on a perch. So I love doing that, but that kind of wasn't me. And then Harry Anderson was a big influence, who from Night Court, but he was an amazing comedy magician. And I felt like it's hard for me to, magic is inherently funny and joyous, and there's just something I enjoyed about being tongue-in-cheek with it. Yeah.
For sure. Do you have, I have great memories as a kid. It was an event when Copperfield was going to have a special.
Yeah.
He was going to make something disappear. It was going to, the whole night built up to the trick. Do you remember, fond memories of that as a kid?
Yeah, man, he's the best. I mean, he's the reason I think that a lot of magicians, at least of my era, fell in love with the art form, because he's such a perfectionist and the attention to detail, and made the frickin' Statue of Liberty disappear. I mean, he didn't leave much left for the rest of us to do. What do I do? What do I make disappear?
I guess get 14 doves. I guess that's where you...
I know, but traveling with doves these days, regulations, it's hard. Yeah, TSA.
Dove regulations have really cracked down over time.
It's sad.
It's not what it used to be.
So I guess I'm just going to have to, take screens and make people disappear on the street.
It's pretty amazing what you're able to do, man.
Delete their friends.
What's your, what's the first trick that you remember being good at? When you were you know what, I enjoy this, and I actually nailed this thing.
Yeah, so I took magic lessons when I was 13 for a birthday gift. My parents got me a bunch of magic lessons. And it was one shop in St. Louis, Missouri, where I'm from. So it was half magic store, half kind of adult novelty store, bachelorette party supplies. So you had to have a parent with you, because there's penis straws and stuff. Stuff that a 13-year-old...
Spencer Gifts reminded me. They used to do that.
Exactly like
the
that.
back of the store was penis straws and edible underwear and weird things.
Right.
And the front was T-shirts with fancy slogans and stuff. It was a very odd
What
store.
part did you gravitate towards?
I sat right in the middle.
Right
that
in the
way
middle.
I was in arm's reach from whatever I needed at that moment.
If you got hungry, you could eat some underwear. Or you could, enjoy
crumbs
some...
in the shirt, I grab a new shirt.
Metallica, glow-in-the-dark posters.
Some kind of bobblehead. This was pre-Funko Pop days, kids. It was dark ages.
Kids can't believe there was a time pre-Funko.
It doesn't make sense to them.
My first trick was the vanishing salt shaker trick.
Okay, how's that? Well, not how's it work, but what?
I'll tell you how it works. Well, you put a coin on a table. You don't tell them it's a vanishing salt shaker trick. You say it's a vanishing coin trick, and then you put a coin on a table. I'm going to make the coin disappear. To make it harder, I'm going to put a salt shaker over it. To make it harder, I'm going to put a napkin over that. And you're disappear, and the coin doesn't disappear. Disappear! And then you're forget it, and you smash the napkin down. The salt shaker's gone. See? They thought the coin was going to go, and the salt shaker goes.
Misdirection, classic.
Yeah, and how it works basically is, it's covered up with a napkin, and you just drop it. You just drop it. And I was really good at dropping things when I was a child, and I was finally able to incorporate that in magic. You have to be good at... Half of magic is dropping things behind a table really well.
Well, it's funny. Once you identify that as your strength, sports, not for you.
I knew that
dropping
early.
Things, not good there.
I knew early. I was mediocre at sports.
Really?
I was mediocre at saxophone, and that's all I had. And then I discovered
this
that.
whole thing, I believe, and I read that, and we get this from the show, and I saw it on Wikipedia. It's because you broke both arms. Mm-hmm. And so they told you to learn...
Doing sports.
Doing sports.
I was not good at sports. I was riding my bike while wearing rollerblades. So that's two sports. I was so bad at two sports, I was I have to do both sports at the same time. And I fell off, so I flew caught myself, broke both arms at the same time. But that's how I became a magician. Doctor recommended I learn card tricks. And that's,
What was the story you told people when they asked how you broke both arms?
I told them I was riding my bike while rollerblading.
You were
I thought
honest.
it was cool. Rollerblading was cool. Kids, before Funko, we rollerbladed. And it was cool.
By candlelight, mind you. It was dark then.
Yes, through 6 feet of snow.
So, all right, so here we are. We fast forward. The arms are healed. You're a master of what you do. Season 2 of your show. So exciting. Coming into season 2, what were some of the things you learned from making the first season? Stuff that you were excited to employ.
It was, first season was such like just a beautiful, gratifying experience that people really dug it. You could feel like, oh yeah, magic is escapism. And I feel like I learned like, oh yeah, people really do want a show that just takes them out of the everyday world, which magic does, but they don't want it to be political. You don't want it to be like about anything that stresses you out, because there's, turn on the Daily Show, you can get your political comedy fix and all these things. But it was nice that people just wanted something wholesome, And season 2, I really got a little more autobiographical and personal, and I'm a new dad. So we kind of did a whole episode about fatherhood. We explored the weird nature of time and, memories, and when you feel like you're getting older. Just all these things that I think we're always struggling with as humans, communicating with one another. An episode just about how our world's become so high-tech. And
I'm really curious about like how you sort of, you establish these themes, but what the writing process looks like, because there's a trick that I've seen you do a couple of versions throughout this show. In the Love episode, I believe it was in season 1, you poured a drink for everybody.
Yeah.
In the Ren Fair, you poured a drink for everybody. The most preposterous version of this trick is the breastfeeding version of it, where you pour various liquids, sometimes directly out of your nipple.
I lactate.
Yes.
I lactate.
Where does that idea come from? And in general, how do you come up with the concept for these bits, these vignettes?
So I've put together I've an amazing team of really, really smart, funny people. The writer's room consists of 5 really just brilliant comedians, comedy writers who don't have any magic experience whatsoever. So they're not limited by the stuff that you think you can or can't do. And then a couple really great trusted magicians, and it's kind of fun because they inform one another in that you come up with a crazy idea, you don't know how to do it, but often you wouldn't have pitched that idea in the first place if you're thinking about how you're going to pull it off. You're limited. So, yeah, but with the dad lactation thing, my son was probably 2 months old at this time, and, my wife's breastfeeding. Calm down, everybody. Calm down, sir. Let's show a clip. No,
we do have that clip.
My wife's breastfeeding, and, I read that the bacteria in a baby's mouth interacts with the female breast, and they communicate about what nutrients this child needs. And to me, I was like, that's magic. It's that's insane. So, and it kind of reminded me of the trick where you name a drink, I'll give it to you. It's like breastfeeding is any drink called for. So I came into the room one day and I was like, hey guys, I think I want to breast pump and make it a magic trick. What do we do? And they're like, okay, why did I take this job? Is probably what they thought immediately. And then they were like, okay, well, let's think of a story. Where would that make sense? So it was in a coffee shop, and the milk is out, and there's no creamer, and so you need almond milk? Here, I'm going to pop some almonds and squirt out some almond milk. It's logical.
Who's the genius that goes, and we'll just cut the nipples out of the shirt, is what we'll do? Because for me, part of it is that reveal where you open it up and you're just wearing this shirt, this nipple-less shirt.
Well, that was a shirt left over from my bachelor party, and I wanted to put it to use. I already had it, and I was like, it's what I was wearing that day, totally unrelated.
It's what's in your press release. It's one of your shots.
It's my headshot.
I thought that was crazy that you went with that.
It's a good look for me. I have hairy nipples, in case you're wondering. Not too hairy.
Just enough.
Let's see yours, Matt.
Hang on. We're only about 5 minutes in. We do that towards the end of the show. That's how I finish all of my interviews.
We got a clickbait to that one.
Well, it's what the world we live in right now.
I like you lean forward to mirror me because I'm kind of.
Well, I want you to feel comfortable, and I want to match the posture. Are we going to go back now? Okay, I'll do the leg up. That's what you want to do.
This is good. Mirroring. It's an NLP
nice
technique.
Well, it's
magic.
I don't know. Is it really? Is this something you do that you'll mirror somebody?
I say a lot of things as a magician, about actually this trick's done with this, and I'm programming you subliminally.
No.
And it's just to make me sound smarter. It's to make my mom think my college tuition was worth it.
Well, I do, and that's one of the things I love about you and sort of your style of magic is the way in which you ground it in reality and you get us to buy in with the whole. Anyone that's a naysayer, you talk. Look, you have a whole episode called "Fake" where you say all the magic you see on television is fake, and you do that brilliant bit where everyone's like buying in and they're like, "Oh yeah, these are flowers," and blah blah blah, and you still manage to blow people's minds and stuff like that. And there's something else, and maybe I don't know, I'm reading too much into it, but I feel like we got a few more like longer, continuous takes this season as well.
Yeah.
You're like balancing this line between pulling the curtain back but still preserving the magic. How do you arrive there? How do you straddle that space?
Thanks for noticing that. Yeah, it's tough because, as a magician, it's like I don't have powers. I don't have, So you need to watch a show and watch magic, hopefully, knowing that there's a trick involved, but you're suspending your disbelief. So there's a lot that I'm asking of you, an audience member. And some people, obviously, when you're shooting magic for television, if you're not there in person to see it, you're already skeptical if you're watching it behind a screen, So there are great lengths that I have to go to, obviously trying not to cut and do all these things that you're experiencing it as much as the person who's there, while also balancing, like, I want to make a really funny show that's fast-paced, I work with Tim and Eric on the show, and their editing style is kind of frenetic, so I have to find that sweet spot where it's like, using editing as a comedy tool, but also not look like I'm using editing as a magic tool. But yeah, there's a lot of, because people have such I don't know if it's the fake news generation that we're in, but like we just love calling BS on things, even if we don't know what we're talking about. Like if you don't know how a trick works, sometimes they're just like, BS, it's special effects or something like that. When it's really just like, no, that's what a good magic trick looks like, Just because it fooled you doesn't mean it's fake.
How old, if you don't mind me asking, how old's your son now?
He's 13 months.
Perfect. So you've got a nice long window where magic is incredible. Are you doing
magic? I'm not in the window yet.
He hasn't picked up on it yet.
He does not care. I mean, I've done some good sleight of hand from it. It just doesn't compute, and I hope it's because he's 13 months old and not just because he's an idiot. He's an idiot. He doesn't understand. I like he loves playing with bouncy balls or ball pit. There's just balls everywhere. Okay, so he's obsessed with balls. And now, make a ball disappear, and he'll just be like, okay, let me go find a ball. Like he doesn't. The object permanence hasn't kicked in.
Because I feel like there will be that point, where it's like it's young children and then like some dogs where like magic is very real. But that's also like the brilliance of what you're doing. There's all these cynical adults, not just watching, but that are also there in person, and you're still blowing people's minds with all these different tricks.
That's what's great about magic, I think, is that magic is about eliciting a response. Of shock, surprise, whatever. Magic is an elegant prank, I guess, in that you didn't see that coming, and you don't know how that happened. And some people watch magic and just understand the suspension of disbelief and are swept away by it, and other people just think of it as a challenge, like to their own intelligence, and they really resist it and get frustrated. Some people get pissed, I don't know, for me, it's like a study of human psychology, watching how different people react to magic. I think that's what's fun about the show. Since it is magic for humans, it's nice watching, magic is one of these things that I think that we all can appreciate. If you don't even speak English, I think you can watch the show and kind of see the things and hopefully feel a little wonder.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of wonder.
A little bit of wonder.
Sprinkle that in there. Is there a trick or an elegant prank that has eluded you? One that you want to do but you haven't cracked yet? You can't figure out how it works.
I don't know. I love those white whales. That are hard to attain. There was one. In season 1 that I think took about 5 years to finally come to fruition, where I use basically the bit I wanted to do, it was a recreation of psychic surgery, which is like a really old, kind of con technique where it looks like you're removing infected organs, using sleight of hand, and hustlers and conmen would fleece people for a lot of money with that.
Famously, I think it happened to Andy Kaufman, I think.
Yes,
depicted in the film, and I believe it's true.
Yeah, that is true. So I was like, what about that idea of psychic surgery, but tapping into people's real fear that they get microchipped by the government? A lot of people think like, oh, you can't go to a hospital, you get chipped or whatever, and NSA, they're, so I was like, wouldn't it be fun if I could convince people I'm removing their NSA chips, and I tried to do this for a Comedy Central pilot, and we just didn't get the method right. And then finally, years later, for season 1, we came up with the method and used a modified penis pump. as the device. I didn't say it was that, of course.
Solution to most problems, frankly.
This is true. This is true. Magic or non-magic related,
Yeah,
you can never go wrong.
It
It's a good investment.
You give it a chance.
And figured out a way to make it look really magically amazing that this chip is coming out of them. And what's funny is that I think the trick got so convincing that it just didn't seem like a trick to people. They were like, "Yeah, thank you. Thanks for taking care of that for me."
I knew that was there.
Yeah. I get emails so much. People are like, "I think I'm chipped. What can I do?" Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
How often does that happen where you get, because you've done this for a long time, I imagine by now you sort of have an expectation in terms of what kind of reaction you're going to get out of people. It helps you kind of stay like the straight man as they freak the hell out when you do stuff. But how often do you get an unexpected reaction?
Well, the most unexpected reactions, I think, because what you forget, I'm a live performer, so I'm used to like knowing taking the temperature, knowing where everyone's at. But like with the show, you're in people's living rooms, and they can watch it over and over again. And people, some people really it hits them hard, or they think it's real, or they think that some people think it's some demon stuff, some witchcraft. I'm flattered, that means I'm doing my job. But I got an email shortly after the show came out where this guy was like, "You look so familiar. When I was in a mental hospital, I remember seeing you as an apparition, coming to me, and you mentioned you were a magician and a shapeshifter, and I haven't seen you for 9 years. So congrats on the show." Like he was so just convinced that he saw me in a.
Do you lean into it and go, "Oh my God, I can't believe you recognized me. It's so nice to see a familiar face," or do you leave it alone?
What would be the ethical response?
Well, I feel like you don't want to shatter his psyche. Obviously, the man's unstable. He's worked on himself, and he's trying to get himself better. He was in an institution of some kind, so you want to be like, "I was never there." I think it's incumbent upon you to support the fantasy. He's got a doctor to tell him otherwise. That's not your job.
Guess. Yeah.
Also, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So
no, I mean, you're not a doctor?
Hardly.
Okay.
That's why they've put me in this chair.
I do want to, I kind of want to engage to learn a little more. I don't know, it's fascinating.
I do have a lot of follow-ups for him, I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Same
But
email
I hope he's doing okay.
Was it like an Earthlink email address? Was it an old email address?
Yeah,
It tells you a lot about a person.
It might have been like a, yeah.
You could say Yahoo. It's all right. We know we've been around.
No, come on.
Been around for a minute.
Yahoo. It means he's kind of classic. He's not the new kid in town. He knows what's up, but he's respects the founders. It was I don't remember.
That's fine.
I'll reply all. I'll add you to it.
Yeah, put me on it. That's what
I'd love it if you could take it.
Please get me.
I'm
going to
tap out. I'm going to tap out.
I'll BCC you.
I'm going to tell him you're my therapist.
I'm going to go over to the audience in a little bit, but there's a couple other things I want to tackle before we get there. First of all, you can't talk about this season without talking about the closer, which episode 6, a phenomenally moving and touching episode that you did, where you visit your mom, you're with your parents, and you do that whole bit with the music. And I watch a lot of stuff for this job. A big part of my job is trying not to cry at my desk at 2 o'clock in the afternoon while I'm watching these shows. But man, that got me, and it was so sweet. It was beautifully done. When did you decide that you wanted to do that? How did you choose that trick? I mean, everything about that. I feel like there's so much weight behind every one of those decisions. How did it all come together?
That's amazing. So my mother has Alzheimer's. She was diagnosed about 8 or 9 years ago. So my family and I have this, it's a struggle, and it's a lot of people are dealing with loved ones. It's a pretty big problem, and there is no cure, and it's such a mystery, and it's like a bummer to talk about. So like I find that I often had a hard time just even bringing it up or sharing because I didn't want to bum out the people that I'm with, and bring down the room a little bit. It's not, there's nothing funny about it. But I feel like you're kind of perpetuating a little bit of an ignorance about it, and also making people who are just grappling with it feel more alone, by not talking about it. So I was like, I want to figure out a way to do something. What gave me the idea was how magical music is, with Alzheimer's patients. Like music, you hear a song that you remember, you immediately takes you back to high school or whatever. Like there's these little eras that we associate with music. And my mom might not remember, what we had for lunch, but you put on Neil Diamond, she'll be singing Neil Diamond. She loves Jason Mraz, and she'll have the lyrics, and it's incredible. Kind of, it felt magical, and I felt like. it'd be a cool way to incorporate magic and music. She used to use this little music box when I was a kid for lullabies where you feed the paper in. So I wanted to do kind of a cool thing where I took these old Mraz tickets and, you know, turned them into a song. And that was a special day.
Did that take multiple takes, or did you get that on the first one?
It was, you know, the hardest thing was, you know, while I'm with her and my dad on the couch, getting them comfortable, you know, creating this intimacy, because, you know, there's a light in my living room, and there's, you know, camera people, and, you know, there's all these, it's very distracting, especially, you know, when you're dealing with Alzheimer's, because you're kind of wondering, like, wait, what are these people, they're moving, you know, so it took a while just to melt, you know, to make it real, you know, to make it intimate and to forget about all that stuff. And then once we were in that zone, you know, it was kind of one and done.
Well done,
Yeah.
man. It's amazing.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Thank
really, really good stuff. All right, we're gonna go get some questions from the audience.
Yeah.
I do notice you have like a little box next to you.
I have a box.
Kind of sitting there.
I bring a receptacle wherever I go.
Well, you have a lot of stuff. Do you want to do the questions and then get to the box? You want to do the box and get to the questions? I'm gonna let
How
you
much time
drive.
do we have total?
Not a lot.
Well, maybe
you asked that and they mouthed not a lot. That was the answer.
let's do a trick, and then we'll.
I'm curious about the box. I
Okay.
want to do the box.
Well, the box is just there to hold goodies. Do you have a? Can I get that mic stand? Is
Let's
that all right?
take a look at that really quick. This may be
The mic stand has nothing to do with it.
It's a regular
I'll
ordinary.
pass this off. Regular, ordinary mic stand, totally borrowed, unprepared.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. Do you have a phone I can borrow?
I happen to have mine in my pocket.
Is it okay?
Yes, I
What
did
kind do you
just
have?
buy it. It's an iPhone 11 Pro. I spoiled myself.
Wow, no case.
I know. Well, I haven't upgraded
This man's
in years.
insane.
I went from a 6 to this. That's a big jump if you follow phones.
We all do.
I think we do.
That's a skip of 5.
I say this not to brag. Just please don't break it.
It's funny you say that. It's funny you say that. You think people don't trust you when you're a magician. Like but honestly, from personal experience, people trust you more than they should. And I'll show you what I mean. You just gave me your phone.
I
This
know.
is worth $1,000.
Well,
Okay.
we are live.
I'm gonna put it inside of an envelope here.
Okay.
We're gonna play a little game with your phone.
Yes.
I'm gonna seal it. Damn it. I'm gonna seal it up. Okay. Where's your phone?
It's in that envelope.
That's right. Okay. I'm gonna put it on the floor here. We can maybe cut wider just so all right. Perfect. I have another envelope. It can take it. It can take it. Now, this is a fake iPhone 11 here. This is not real. They make these for the mall, so you can feel what it feels like, but they know you wouldn't steal it. So I stole it and I did this for you to be a little bit of a decoy. Now, you just have to keep your eye on your phone here.
Okay.
Which is here, right?
Okay, that's my... Ah, crap.
Okay, so where's your phone? Left or right?
I immediately
left, I'm
lost
pretty
it.
sure,
I'm
right?
pretty
Still
sure
there?
it's left. Yeah.
I stole another phone. I stole another fake phone. So.
Oh, God. All right. It's... For the love of... Is somebody following? Okay, it's... Can I price this right? Can I look...
Three more fake
no,
phones.
don't do that!
All right.
You, sir, you seem to know what's up.
This is getting fun. We're mixing them up here.
Oh, gosh.
Would you
Okay.
take them? Here, hold on. Let's just do it proper casino style.
Oh, Justin, what...
Would you hold those? I'm going to have you number them. Okay. Remember, you asked to see a trick. Would you number them 1 through 6?
Okay, 1 through 6.
Yeah, I'm just going to lay them out in front of me here.
1,
Yeah, great.
okay, here's 2.
Now, this is a little game of chance. Would you say you're a lucky person?
Not at all. 4.
I would agree at this point.
Yep, there we go.
But let's turn your luck around. That's my goal here. So 6 envelopes. If you were just going to guess, it'd be a 1 in 6 shot. Okay, so we're not going to leave it to that. I'll take that marker.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. I have a die here. This is a 6-sided die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, I got to roll. Okay.
I have a cup. I'm just gonna have you just roll it and just say whatever number is up. Okay.
Very
And yeah, whatever number you roll, I'll eliminate that envelope.
That's a 1.
1. Okay.
Okay, so we're going to take the 1 out of the pot. Is that a hammer? Just what do you do? No! Oh, my God!
Okay, roll again. Roll again. Oh, there we go. Does that count as a roll?
No, hang
Okay.
on. You said take it out of the pile. You didn't.
I took it out.
It's a 6.
6.
Justin, do you have... For crying... All right, can we...
This is
3 times you've got to hit it 3
Keep going.
times.
Keep going. This is fun. I call this game of phones.
You're so
That's
funny.
a pun. That's a dad pun.
No, it's well done,
so 2,
sir.
3, 4, 5. Tell me when we have...
It's a 1 again. So what do we do?
Yeah, just keep rolling.
Okay, we'll just keep going. Okay, now it's 2.
2.
My God.
Okay, that one sounded different. Keep it going. We got a 3, 4, or 5.
You hear the weight when you toss it. It's 1 again.
You have Apple Care?
No, I had 58 days to get it. 3. It's a 3.
3.
Yep. There. Get the claw.
Listen. You have no idea how cathartic this is. So, for me at least, we're left with a 4 or 5. Roll till we get a 4 or a 5. 4 or 5. You seem to have lost your enthusiasm for magic. You were so excited.
It's a 3. I got to keep going,
Yeah,
right?
roll till we
I've
get a
got a 4 or 5. Yeah, all right.
5.
Letting the dice decide. That's a 5. Here we go.
5?
Yeah, it says, why are you unsure?
You do this one. Here, you do this one.
Don't do that.
I want you to feel involved.
Jesus. All right. There we go.
Great. Come on, it feels good.
Oh, God,
I'll
you
take
hear
that.
it when he
By the way,
dropped it?
hammer matches your shoes almost.
Yeah.
So that leaves
You want
us
this
with
back?
Envelope 4.
Yeah, don't lose that.
Now, before I open envelope number 4, funny story. So, I'm not actually a magician, okay? This is an illusionist. It's a social experiment about our addiction to our phones,
We're gonna learn
right?
a lot real quick.
Every hammer hit, everyone in the audience had so much empathy for you.
Yeah.
They didn't. They hope it's not in there. But take the envelope, rip open the top, remove the contents. We'll see if you truly are a lucky man. Show it to him.
Is it?
Yeah, Game of
Yeah,
Phones.
yeah,
Show it
my
to them.
phone. He
Game of
totally
Phones.
He totally did it. That is 100% my
Now
phone.
give me your actual phone. Let me just smash it too. Come on, it's okay.
I have a very short, low bar for how much I can trust you on this.
Yeah, well, yeah. I will say one rookie mistake I made, and akin to smashing a phone, is, there's a trick where you can borrow someone's wedding ring and make it disappear, and it reappears somewhere amazing or on your keychain. But a rookie mistake I made was using a ring with a diamond too big that couldn't handle the speed of the sleight of hand I was going to do, and dislodges the diamond, and then you can't find the diamond, and then you're just like, ta-da.
How long did you pretend it was part of the trick?
I
were
whip out my
silently-
keys, and on there I'm like, is that your wedding ring? They're like, yeah, where's the diamond? And I'm like, yeah, crap, where's the diamond? And it just never looks good after a cool magic trick to be like scrounging on the carpet for an hour.
Did they find the diamond?
Yeah, I found the diamond.
Okay.
Yeah. I did not get booked again by then.
How long did
Yeah.
it take?
It took about an hour.
Took about
Took
an
about an hour, yeah.
Got lost
Even a
that
big diamond is very hard to find on Denny's carpeting. It was at a Denny's.
Did you?
I should have added that in. Hey, when you're a kid, you got to take the gigs you can get.
I'm sorry if I missed it because I was looking at my phone. How old were you when you did that?
I was 14.
You're 14. Oh my God. Well, who trusts?
So
a
at least,
14-year-old
it's
with their
14.
time?
He's doing magic. He's cute. It's
Yeah,
cute. It's
yeah.
adorable.
What's he gonna
Oh.
do? What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, if that happened now, I would hear from their attorney.
I believe that to be true.
Yeah.
That was a great question. Thank you for that. I want to do one more. Let's get one more question. You got a microphone. Go for it, sir.
How you doing, man?
How's it going, man?
All right. Has there ever been a trick that went wrong?
Oh, yeah. A lot of tricks that went wrong. Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing. When magic, first off, for me, watching magic, there's nothing more uncomfortable than thinking a trick's about to go wrong. Magic is supposed to, you gotta be put at ease. You have to trust the magician. Unless I'm trying to make you uncomfortable, like that was, But I think you still thought, he wouldn't come on the show if he's gonna smash my phone.
But I also thought, how funny would it be?
Right? How funny would it be? Of course, Yahoo would reimburse you. Not at all.
You would
but yeah, magic does go wrong occasionally, and I think I've been. This is why I don't do serious magic. Why I choose comedy magic is because you can kind of make a mistake look like it was intentional. I think it's a good way to keep you on the toes. Sometimes you come up with a joke, or you'll recover from something in a way that you're like, well, that just has to happen every show now. I have to always make it look like that went wrong. And if you're in a tux and you've got 12 doves, you're trying to be suave and elegant, it's much easier to spot mistakes. So I try to be able to make it hard to spot mistakes because they happen a lot.
And I think that's also why I always connected with that speed of that air, that approach. As an audience member, you kind of let your guard down a little bit. You're like, all right, he's in on it. He knows this is kind of silly, and
Yeah.
make it happen. And you have a little more fun with it. For me, personally.
You have to know that they're in good hands. Yeah. Someone's at the wheel. Yeah.
Another great question. Thank you so much. All right, we got to wrap things up. We're going to get out of here. Dude, thank you so much.
That was so much fun.
I
Thank
had
you.
a blast having
Thank
you
you
here. It was
guys
an
for
absolute
enjoying,
treat. Yes, thank you for being a great
My
audience.
nerdy magic banter.
Thanks to those who tuned in and watched live as I had a near heart attack as you went through smashing all those phones. Magic for Humans, that's on Netflix right now.
It's on Netflix right now.
You're in the middle of a tour. You're about to be back
I'm in the
on
middle
tour.
of a
What's going
tour.
on with the
Yeah,
tour?
magic in real life tour. You know, watching magic on TV is great, but magic in when you can almost touch it is how almost touch
Got it. Sorry,
is how it's meant to be
I want-
experienced.
yeah,
so
fair
so
enough.
I'm going all over the country. Tons of tour dates. You can go to justinwillman.com and see if I'm coming near you. Come get your mind blown. Bring your grandma. Bring your kids.
Bring your phone.
Get drunk.
That's fantastic. Anything
Let
else you
your
want to
kids
plug before you
drive
get out of
home.
here? That sounds like. What did you just say?
Well, like I said, I have my wife and I had a baby almost a year ago. We did a drunk history parody of the day he was born because he came a month early and I was in Hartford and she was in LA. So we got really drunk and did kind of a drunk history spoof, telling the tale with our friends. You can see that on IGTV or on YouTube or on my Twitter, and yeah, it was fun. My head still hurts.
You were fun, sir. Thank you so much. Congratulations
Thank you.
again. Thank you again to everybody. Make a ridiculous amount of noise.
Thank you, guys.
Justin Willman right here, ladies and gentlemen.